Hi and welcome back to my channel. This is Sabrina from Havoc Mayhem Creations with another tutorial for you. This one is the 9 to 12 months Newsboy's hat. So it's pretty much like a beanie with a bill and it's just too adorable. We're going to be using basic stitches for this beanie here. We are going to be using a double crochet, a slip stitch, and chain, and then we're going to do half double crochets as well. So for this project, the items you'll be needing for this, the material, we're using heather gray Red Heart Super Saver 4-ply worst weight yarn, and that's what I have right here. You can use any color you like, but the customer requests this color, so that's what I'm going to be using for the project here. And I'm using a 5mm hook, a tamper's needle, and 2 buttons. And you see how these buttons go really good with the color. It's like these are chocolate brown, like espresso, and then it has like a light wooding in there. I don't know if you can see that. They are just adorable. I love these buttons. They give it that rock star look for anything. So this size is 9 to 12 months. Later on I'm posting up more and more videos on showing different sizes, but right now I had the request for 9 to 12 months. So that's what I'm going to show you guys today. So let's get started. Okay, to get started, we're going to take our yarn and our 5mm hook. We're going to start by making a slip knot. To make a slip knot, you wrap the yarn over your fingers twice, tuck it from underneath, then you're going to take that little loop and the loose strands, you're going to hold them together and just pull up. And it's going to create a knot right here and a loop here. You're able to adjust the length of that loop by pulling on the loose strand. See? So then everything fits on your hook nice and snug. We are going to chain up 4. So yarn over, then you're going to take this yarn and insert it into this loop with your hook, just like so. Feed it right through. That's your chain. Do it 3 more times. Yarn over, go into the loop. Yarn over, pull that into the loop. And 1 more time. That's a chain of 4. And you can recount it, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can see the chains on there. By counting them, you're just counting these little loops on the side, and that's how you know how many chains you have. Now we're going to yarn over again, and we're going to insert a hook into the first chain we did, which is right here at the end where our loose strand is at. So you're going to yarn over and enter your hook right into that last chain, yarn over again, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 more loops. That's a double crochet. We're going to do that 11 times. So that's our first one that we did, so we got to do 10 more on top of that. So yarn over, go into that same chain and do another double crochet. Continue until you have a total of 11, and you will have 12 if you count your chain 4 as 1 double crochet. So you should have 12. So far it looks like you have 3, and that's what you're looking for. You're supposed to have 12. So continue on until you have 12. Okay, so I've gone ahead and did my 12 double crochets, and actually it's 11 double crochets, but you count the chain of 4 as 1, and it's a total of 12 if you count them all down. Then you're going to pull nice and tight on that middle string right here to bring that circle in. See how that happened? When I pulled on it, everything just came together. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch on the top of our chain 4. So right here, this first stitch that you see, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull the yarn through those stitches, then you're going to just pull this into this loop, just like so, and that's a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain up 2, and now we're going to put 2 double crochets in every stitch around. We are counting our chain 2 as 1 double crochet, so we are going to do another double crochet into that same stitch as the chain 2. Just like so. Now every other stitch around, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So you're going to go into the stitch, do a double crochet, and then you're going to go right back into that same stitch again and do another double crochet. See? 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Repeat that all the way around until you get to your beginning point. Okay, so now I'm at the beginning point where I ended off here. So I did my 2 double crochets, and now I'm going to slip stitch on the top of our chain 2 to join. Now I'm going to chain up 2. I'm going to double crochet into the same stitch as the chain 2. And now we're going to do some fancy work. We're going to do front posts. A front post is pretty much a double crochet, but you're working it into the post. And it's very simple to do. So what we're going to do here is we already did our double crochet here. So now this post right here, we're going to yarn over. Then we're going to enter through the posts. As you can see, you're going to get that post on your hook. Instead of going on top of the stitches, the post is this double crochet right here. You're going to insert your hook through there, then you're going to yarn over, pull that through, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2, just like if you're doing a double crochet. And then you just did a front post. So now this yarn is now got a little ridging bump to it, and it's going to give it that nice effect when we're finished with this project here. And you're going to see the lines going down, and it's just so nice when you do details like this. So we already did the front post on that one, so we're going to move to the next stitch, and you're going to put 2 double crochets into the next stitch, into the stitch, not the post. Then the next post, you're going to put another front post double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, go into that post. So you see how I skipped the post here? You're going into the next one, okay? So make sure you know that. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So now we have 2 posts, front posts. So now the next stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets, and we're just going to repeat this all the way around. The next post, we're going to do a front post. So we're going right into the post, do our double crochet like I showed you, and there it is. The next stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochets, and that's what we're going to do all the way around. So after you do your 2 double crochets, you're going to go into the next post and do a front post. Then the next one, 2 double crochets. And repeat that all the way around until you get to your beginning point. If you're confused on where your post is at, just look where you did your front post, then look where you put your double crochet, and you know that the next post is the one you're going to be doing the front post on, so you don't get too confusing when doing this. So I will meet you there. If you need to press pause and catch up. Okay, so I'm at the end here, and I just did my 2 double crochets, and this is the confusing part that people might get stuck on. Okay, so we did our 2 double crochets, but that's for this post right here. So we still have this post available to do our front post on. So make sure you get right in there, just like so, and do your front post. And then you slip stitch on the top to join. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 front posts. So we're going to chain up 2, double crochet in the same stitch as the chain 2. Then we did a front post, so you're going to do a front post again in that same front post that you did. And every front post, you're going to do another front post in it, and keep that line going straight down at all times. The next stitch, you're just going to put 1 double crochet. Then the next stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochets. Then you're at a front post again, so you want to do another front post. Then the next stitch right next to the front post, you're going to put 1 double crochet. Then you're going to go 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And then we're at another front post, so we want to do another front post. And we're repeating that all the way around. It's pretty much a different pattern. Okay, we're just adding an extra stitch to build the size of this. So after we did our front post, you're going to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch. The next stitch you're going to put 2 double crochets. And then we're at a front post again, so you want to do another front post. Okay, then you're going to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 double crochets into the next. And do that over again. My yarn came out. Okay, yarn over, do another front post. So wherever you have a front post, you will be doing a front post. And after that front post, you're going to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then you're going to put 2 double crochets after that first double crochet into the next stitch. And then you're going to do another front post. Then another next stitch, 1 double crochet. Next stitch, 2 double crochets. And then we're at another front post. We're going to do another front post. And you can see this building up. It looks like a wheel right now if you look at it carefully. See that? I'm loving it. Yarn over. Put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. 2 double crochets into the next. Then we're going to do a front post, 1 double crochet into the next, 2 double crochets into the next, then you're going to go into the front post, double crochet into the next, 2 double crochets into the next. Then we're going into another front post. Then 1 double crochet into the next stitch. 2 double crochets into the next. Then we have another front post. 1 double crochet into the next. Do that again. 2 double crochets into the next. And then we're on our last stitch, which is a front post. Right here. We do our front post. Do that again. Came loose. And then slip stitch on the top to join. Isn't that looking lovely? Okay, so now we're going to chain up 2, and we're going to double crochet in the same stitch as the chain 2. We're going to work in our front post again. Whenever there's a front post, you're going to do another front post right on top of that. Okay, then the next stitch you're going to put 1 double crochet, And the next stitch you're going to put 1 double crochet, and then the next stitch, the third stitch from the post, it'll be 2 double crochets, just like so. So here's our front post, and then we put 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets, and then we're going to work into our next front post. And we're doing that for every post. So now I did my front post. Now I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then in that third stitch, you want to put 2 double crochets. So it's the next stitch over. Just like so. Then we're at another front post, so we're going to do another front post, double crochet. And again, 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, 2 double crochets into the next, then we're going to work a front post, and we're just going to repeat that over and over again until we get to the beginning. Double crochet into the next, double crochet into the next, and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Then you're going to do a front post double crochet, double crochet in the next 2 stitches, two double crochets into the next, and then you're going to do a front post, double crochet in the next 2, 2 double crochets into the next, do a front post double crochet, double crochet in the next 2, two double crochets into the next stitch, and you're just repeating this pattern all the way around. So I'm pretty sure you guys know the pattern by now, so I'm just gonna finish this up here, and I'll be back with mine at the very beginning point that we started from. So I'll meet you there. So if you need to press pause to catch up. Okay, so I'm at the end here. I already did my front post on my last stitch, and now I'm going to slip stitch on the top of our chain 2 to join. Okay, so at this point we are going to chain up 2, and every row we still do the double crochet in the same chain 2 space. Okay, so every row you still do this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just double crochet all the way around. Every front post you're going to do a front post double crochet, but every other stitches you're just going to double crochet in each one. You no longer have to do any increasing. So the next stitch is a front post double crochet, and now every other stitch from there you're just double crocheting until you get to your next front post double crochet, and then you'll do another one. So now I'm at my front post double crochet, and I'm going to do my front post double crochet, and then I'm going to continue on into every stitch a double crochet in each one, and you're going to do that all the way around. And we're going to be building this up, so we're going to be doing this for another couple rows, and I'll tell you exactly how many rows we're going to be doing right now. Okay, so we're on our 6th row right now, and we're gonna do another 6 rows, I believe, or 4 more rows. I'll find out. I can't remember right now how many rows it is. Let me double check and see, because a child's head is a different size. So let me double check on that one, and I'll get back to you right now. So just continue on with double crocheting all the way around, even in the front poses. Do your front poses when you get to your front pose, like I'm doing here, and continue double crocheting in each stitch until you get to the beginning, and I will meet you there. Okay, so I'm at my very end here, and all I need to do is now is just slip stitch on the top of my chain 2 to join. And now we're starting to build the beanie up. You're going to start seeing it curve like the way mine is, and that's a good thing. So now we're going to build this up on the length part. And we are going to go up to the 12th row, and then we're going to start doing some the brim and everything. So we're going to go up to the 12th row. We just finished the 6th row, so we're going to continue another 6 rows of the same row we did our last row. We're just going to double crochet in every stitch and doing our front post double crochets as well, and making these lines keep on going down as further down as possible. So continue on by double chaining 2, double crocheting the same stitch as the chain 2 for every row, and you are now going to be double crocheting in the front posts and in every stitch all the way around until you get to your 12th row. Now if you're having trouble how to count your rows, flip it out. Here's your first row, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. You can see the lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one right here is 6. So continue on until you get your 12th row. I'm going to do mine off camera, so if you need the time to catch up, press pause, get to that 12th row, because this thing is just going to zoom right through to my 12th row. So press pause and I'll meet you there. Okay, so I've gone down to my 12th row, and now I realize that this is a little too short. We need one more row to finish this off here. So let's do one more row of double crochet going across. So it'll be a total of 13 rows from the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to go to the 13th row, and I'll meet you there. Okay, so I have finished the 13th row, and it's all complete as you can see here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to chain up 1 and half double crochet all the way across. We are going to half double crochet in the front post. We're no longer going to be doing any front posts when we get to there. So here we are at the first front post, and you're just going to go right into the stitch and do your half double crochet. And to do a half double crochet is similar to a double crochet. You yarn over and you insert your hook into the stitch. You yarn over again, pull the yarn through, then you're going to have 3 on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and that's a half double crochet because you're not doing the whole double crochet, you're only doing half the portion. So we're just going to half double crochet all the way around this whole beanie here until we get to the beginning point here. I'll meet you there. Okay, so I'm finished with my row, and what I'm going to do now is slip stitch to join, and now we're going to fasten off. So now we have this beanie made, but we got to change this beanie up and make it into the hat that we need with the bill, the Newsboy hat. So I have it nice and straight. I have my line in the back here. I always have this line for some reason. You can barely see it, but it's right about here in between these two lines here. So I want these lines to be in the back of the beanie where the tail's at. So make sure the tail is centered through the beanie so you know exactly where you're going to be doing your beginning point at. So I'm adjusting everything, making sure everything is centered here before I put the bill on. So for the bill, you're gonna start at the ends here. Okay, so here we are back with the whole beanie done, and now we're gonna make the brim. Okay, so you're gonna lay it really flat down, make sure everything is even. Like if you have two of the outposts out, you want to make sure those are all even before you start on the post. Look for a center point, which I have right here. I'm going to use this part as my center point, and I'm going to go off by the 2 so I make sure that this brim comes out by the ears and it's a good size. So excuse me, I got a little cold going on here. You're going to make a slip knot. Okay, and we're going to use this to attach our yarn. Okay, so what you're going to do is start from one of the points that you're going to start from. So I'm going to start from this front post and this end at this, like start at this one and end at this one. So we're going to start crocheting along this line right here. So I'm going to look for the closest stitch that is lined up to it. See how I did that? So that's lined up to it. So I'm going to attach my yarn, chain up 1, and I'm going to half double crochet to the other point right here. See this line right here? So I'm going to look for the closest one, which is right about there. You want to put a marker right there for beginners so you know where exactly you're going to stop at. So we're going to half double crochet. To half double crochet, you yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull the yarn through, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Show you one more time. I'm laying my loose end down so I can crochet right over it as well. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull that yarn through, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Just like so. That's how you do a half double crochet. So now we're going to half double crochet all the way to the other front post that we said we're going to stop at. So I'm almost there. Double checking. I'm there. One more, just to be safe. Actually, no, I'm going to leave it like that. Chain up 1, turn your work around now. And we're going to half double crochet all the way across to this end right here. again. And last one, chain up 1, turn your work around. And we're going to repeat the row that we did on the last row. We're just going to half double crochet all the way across again. Okay, so now we're going to start making a border going around this. We're going to chain up 1, and you're going to start crocheting from the edging here. Okay, so you're going to go into each of the rows. So you're going to half double crochet in each row. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now what we're going to do is half double crochet around the beanie part, and you're just going to go right into your stitches. Okay, so now we finished up that going around the beanie. We're going to start working up the other side of our brim here, and we're going to go into each row. Okay, on the top here, we're going to add another half double crochet into that same stitch, so we can start making that turn. See? And now we're just going to half double crochet all the way to the other end of the brim. Okay, so we're at the end here. I'm putting that last one in the last stitch as well, even though we did one in there, so make it 2 to make that little corner happen. Now I'm slip stitching on the top of our first chain 1, and we're going to fasten off from here. So now we have the brim. You want to sew in those ends. Okay, now we're going to work on our little piece that goes on top where the 2 buttons are going to meet up at. So let's move this aside for right now. Make a slip knot. Okay, so what we're going to do is make a chain long enough to go past the brim. Okay, so we're looking at from like right where the other the marks are at. So we're gonna make a chain that long. Easy way to doing this to make sure you don't have to like make a chain and it's too short or something. Count your stitches. This is what I pretty much do. I always count stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So there is 30 stitches from one side to the other. So I am going to make a chain of 32 because you're going to add 2 more on your chain. So there's 1, 2, there's my 32 chains. Look at that. It's perfect fit for that. So what we're going to do is yarn over, and we are going to double crochet into the 4th chain. And now we're going to double crochet all the way down to the end. And when we get to the end, we're going to add a couple more double crochets, but right to the end, okay? We're going to double crochet to the end. Okay, so I'm on my last stitch. We're going to double crochet 3 times in there. So there's 1 double crochet, 2, and 3, all in the same stitch. And now what we're going to do is work along the other side of our chain. So we're going to start here and just double crochet all the way back to the beginning of the chain. Okay, so I'm on my last stitch right here, and we're going to put 2 double crochets into that last one. And we're going to slip stitch on the top of the beginning chain. Where we fold it and we made the double crochet into, we're going to slip stitch on there. So we're going to fasten off from here. And I pull that right through and I start sewing it in. And then we're going to place that right on top of here. And you can actually sew it on to your beanie if you want to, but for me, I'm just going to add the 2 buttons. So let me get those buttons real quick. Okay, so I have my 2 buttons here. And I'm going to start from one end like I told you. It's going to go right in between the 2 posts that you see here. Here's the first post, here's the second post. And I'm going to place this, line it up with that last post. I'm going to put my button right on top, come in from the bottom, and sew it in. I already put a knot at the end of my yarn so I could stop at a certain point. It's always good to have like a little tail at the end so you can actually like tie it really tight. Then I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing to the other side. Now this is very stretchy. You can stretch it. Don't worry about that. Go to the other side, line it up like I'm doing here. See, that's my last point, and there's the other point. And I'm putting it right there. And I'm taking my button again. Lining it up. Having a hard time trying to find the hole. Woo! Okay. Now just tie them together and sew in all my ends. Make sure you tie it nice and tight so those buttons don't loosen up on you. Now for the reason why I left it loose like that is in case the child doesn't want the brim up, you can always go like that and hide the brim and wear it as a beanie with the little thing at the end there. You see that? And I'll show you pictures on how that looks with the beanie folded or with the brim. So that's why I leave this loose right here, so you can actually do something like that in case they don't want the brim in their face or something. Babies are like that. So this is for 9 to 12 months, 12 to 24 months pretty much. It's a toddler beanie. Hope you guys like this tutorial. Make sure you sew in all your ends. And until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.